Kako se u sve to uklapa Zapadni Balkan? To je tema foruma koji se održava u Sofiji. Njega prati Tim Judah, novinar britanskog Economista koji nam se direktno uključuje iz glavnog grada Bugarske. Welcome to Al Jazeera Business. First of all, Judah, I'm thinking this surely is one of the many forums about Western Balkan and Balkan in general you have been covering for Economist in the last 10 to 15 years. But I'm thinking, is this a job like any other for you, this particular assignment in Bulgaria? Do you expect any new ideas? And how are you approaching this summit right now?
Well, I think it's important to remember that in any summit or in any conference, what's important is, both for journalists and for the people who are taking part, is that it's not what you hear in public. It's absolutely not what people say in public and on the record. It's everything that happens in the corridors. That's what's important for the politicians, to discuss things, to meet, and to be able to chat privately, and that's what's important for journalists, because you discover what's going on behind closed doors and when everybody's gathered together. So that's the important thing. So I'm going to be here and learn as much as I have in other conferences thanks to that.
Hopefully you will get a good scoop, but let me ask you this thing. We tend, and I'm thinking about the whole Balkans, we tend to overthink our importance in the whole Europe and the Eurozone especially. I mean, we tend to think that we are one of the key talking points in these forums and in summits. Do you think so? Are we really overthinking the whole thing?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I think that has been a long-standing problem ever since the end of the wars in the former Yugoslavia. The fact is that the Western Balkans are a region of 22 million people with a very, very small economy, even if you add it together. So yes, the Balkans are extremely low down the list of talking points and the things which are brought to attention and need dealing with by the politicians from the rest of the continent. So you're absolutely right. Having said that, I think when it comes to, for example, enlargement, I think that actually what's interesting is that despite the gloom about enlargement fatigue, etc., actually the process hasn't stopped. Croatia is joining the EU in July 2013. We expect at the end of this month that Montenegro will open accession talks, and Serbia recently got candidate status, and Bosnia-Herzegovina should apply by the end of the year. So strangely, although the Balkans are really not an issue, actually enlargement hasn't actually stopped.
Did you ever approach an economic story that was not in some way interlinked with politics?
Probably not. Well, actually, having said that, I've just mentioned the example of Atlantic Grouper from Croatia, which I think is a bit of a large path breaker. And I don't think that the fact that they are a Croatian company, which has bought a Slovene company, which in turn have bought Serbian companies and is distributing across all of the former Yugoslavia, I don't think that is particularly related to politics. But you can argue that most economic stories are related to politics, but I don't think that they are all necessarily related to politics.
Tim Judah, thank you so much for talking to Al Jazeera Business.